So jam number 2, both jammers are at this stage still stuck. We have our C jammer 2-0. Jalapeno Grill has got lead, closely followed only about 10 feet behind by our TRB jammer. Decided it's not worth the risk. Called it off before anyone could get any points.
All right, so that was, what, 2 jams in now, I think. TRV are at 2 points. Southeast Lions with 0 points. All right, and we are back now with the third jam. It's got Matt Splatter for C and Macron for TRV. Matt Splatter's just been recycled back by Honeybee, and it's like Macron for TRV has lead jammer.
Jammer 1-1 for C being for forearms penalty.
All right, that was a good jam. TRV getting 3 points, bringing our total up to 5. Southeast Alliance is still on 0 points. We've got Southeast Alliance now have 2 blockers in the penalty box, one of them being their pivot. So they're going to be starting the next jam with only 2 blockers. So it's a big advantage to TRV. Pins and needles there for TRV. Pushing through, trying to find that gap and getting through. Almost getting through, but getting knocked out the inside line.
Takes the lead.
Pins and needles coming back into the track at the back of the pack and then finding that gap on the inside line to run away for their first initial pass. Kilobytes pushing their way through the inside line there against TRV blockers. All righty, here we go for jam number 5 is about to start, and away we go. Oh, a little bit of a jammer on jammer shove there at the start of the jam there. Jalapeno Grill for C and Steve B for TRV. Jalapeno Grill has got out first and in assist the lead jammer. Coming back around now to start scoring some points. Stevie almost out there with a big hit on the inside line there. However, did I see? Someone has got a penalty. There we go. Cow Crusher there. 1-9 has got a penalty. It's been sent to the penalty box. TRV. And looks like a penalty, another penalty there. Skater.
Oh,
all right. Where do we have
equipment collection?
All right, so
the jam can continue if the skater removes the
that looks like a piece of that's a piece of knee. So everyone check your knees. Do you have the heartbeats of your knee pads? All right, that was a little bit of chaos. There was people going to the penalty box. There were people falling down. There were people losing their knee pads. But what has happened in that jam is C have scored 4 points, which means they are now on 8 points. TRV also on 8.
So we're starting this jam with the TRV jammer in the penalty box from the previous jam. Power jam start.
All right, Storm for C has got that lead jammer status. racing around the outside there, almost getting through, being a bit of a shove there.
Steve has re-entered the track, making their pass after coming out of the bin.
All right. Well, after initially coming out ahead, TRV are now 1 point behind to C. They're on 10 points to C's 11. So pretty close so far. It's great to see these. Both of these teams are kind of mash-up teams. They're made of combinations of smaller clubs. So it's great to see them having opportunity to come together and skate. All right, TRV, Miss GK has come out to lead for TRV. Kilobytes C is just found their way through there, through the pack on the inside line. Miss GK calling off the jam there after getting stuck by the pivot there on the inside line. So strategic move there sometimes as the jammer. If you're not scoring a lot of points, you feel like the other team's going to come around and score some more points. You're going to stop them from scoring. Call off the jam. Right. Score update. TRV are on 13. C are on. Are we saying C or are we saying SEA? I'm going to say C.
Like C. Feels more nautical.
Yeah, it does. Those with their nice, whatever colour blue uniforms.
I'm calling it sea green.
Sea green. It's a nice colour. All right, Griffin for C with lead Sham 6. Coming back around to try and score some points. Stevie for TRV has made it through as well. So all right, both jammers now stuck in the pack. They're packed solid blockers, but Griffin has made it through to score another 4 points. Stevie is still stuck at the back of that pack there.
One of it.
All right, we're 10 minutes down into this game, and it's been pretty close so far. Looks like both teams are pretty well matched, so it'll be interesting to see how this game progresses. Jalapeno Grill for C is jamming. Coming out the front, though, is Macatron for TRV, coming out to get lead jammer. Oh, sorry. No, I lie. Jalapeno Grill is lead. Macatron is being sent to the penalty box. Not sure what the penalty was, but it is a power jam for Jalapeno Grill, and they're going to want to try and score as many points as they can while they are the only person on track who can score. Bit of a assistance here from their teammate who's kind of barging through the pack there to kind of like a train, trying to make some space. It's taken them like 3/4 of the track to get through that pack in that way. So fast moving pack, but the jammers are making their way through. Jalapeno Grill coming to hit the back of that TRV pack. That wall is trying to lock down defensively. And almost made it through on the inside line, but has been assessed a back block penalty. Needs to come off the track. So, jammer. One jammer off, one jammer on.
Looks like our C jammer will be sitting for a minute.
Oh, was that 2 penalties?
Penalties.
Okay, so I think that'll be either because they didn't respond to the penalty call promptly, or they didn't exit the track appropriately, or they did 2 things at when they got the first penalty. The number of reasons why you might have to sit 2 penalties at one time, but that is a whole minute in the penalty box. So now Macatron is on track and is going to be wanting to score lots and lots of points. And that's a great way to do it. Slide up the inside line. All right, that was a 2-minute jam. So the end of that jam, we've still got Jalapeno Grill in the penalty box. Let's just see if we can see Jalapeno Grill's.
For the number, I might just give a shout out to all the officiating.
Yeah, so it's back block and then a G for misconduct. So it's something in leading.
So the officials that are keeping everyone safe, we might have to introduce them after the next jam because we're ready to start this jam.
And we are away. So we've got TRV also with a power jam start, and Miss GK has made the most of that and has got lead very quickly out of the pack straight away. Trying to find some space on the inside line, and yep, found it. Moved to the outside.
Spare there. Beautifully done.
So a couple of blocker penalties there from our referee, Gary, sending people off the track for doing sports crimes. They're going to go and have to do some sports time. This GK is making the most of this lead jammer status. It's been scoring 4 more points. Jalapeno Grill is back on track after having completed the penalty, being recycled there all the way to the back of the pack. Go around the long way around the outside. Jalapeno Grill trying to find a space at the back of the pack. And
Started off and it starts.
We have a new jammer for C. But unfortunately, the jam has ended before she would have had a chance to start scoring any points as the new jammer.
Or fortunately, for the
Yeah, it depends. Exactly. Depends on your perspective. So C are now on 25 points. TRV are on 32, having gained 13 points from that jam. 7 points in it. So pretty close.
They're well matched.
Could go either way.
Bites takes the lead. And half a track behind, Steve has made their way out of the pack. We've had a fall and fall. We've had a nod that seems to indicate they're okay, but we do have first aid coming over just to check.
All right. So while the medical situation is happening, we'll give us a little bit of privacy, and we'll be back soon once we find out that they're okay. All right, sorry about that. We are back. We're just testing something. We've got Smad Splatter for C as the lead jammer. Macatron for TRV. Just trying to get out of the front of the pack, but those C blockers are holding them back there. All right, Mad Splatter almost finding a way through, but big hit there from Honeybee on the outside line and a recycle. And the end of that jam. All right, and we are back with the next jam. We've got who was that? Pins and needles for TRV. As Benny says, lead. Storm has just found that wonderful little gap on the inside line there. All right, at the end of that jam, that was 4 more points for TRV, bringing their total to 36. No points to see, 32. There are only 4 points in the jam, or in the game, sorry. So it's pretty close, pretty interesting. There's that 5-second call from our jam timer. And the whistle means we are away. Corky for C and Stevie for TRV. Big hit there from, who was that? I didn't see who that was.
Meanwhile, Pickwick has grabbed lead while we've been distracted by the big hit out on the TRV jammer.
Big hit down on the inside line there for our TRV jammer has been hit out. And it called off the jam. So at the end of that jam, we're now on, like we are on 36 points each. That is pretty close. No, I spoke too soon. 38 points to see TRV are on 36.
Always fun to watch a game between two really evenly matched teams.
And we are away for this next jam. Jalapeno Grill has got lead jammer for C. Honeybee is jamming for TRV and is just trying to find a way through the pack there. Getting a few whips through the pack there and has now hit a really solid ball. Cam and Griff there at the top of the pack holding Honeybee, but he's made it on through.
Meanwhile, C jammer has been sent to the bin. So we only have one jammer on track. It's the best time to score points because you've got all of your teammates to help you.
All right, Honeybee is trying to find a space on the inside line there and has come through for 4 more points. Big hit there.
Princess is holding the line and the outside there.
Griff has been sent to the penalty box. So C now 1 blocker down. All right, Honeybee still scoring for another 4 points coming through.
And meanwhile, we've had a star pass.
So far. That's what I have 18 points down. Sorry, 8 points. I said 18. So at the end of that jam, C are on 46. TRV are on 52. All right, for this next jam matchup, we've got Griffin for C versus Miss GK for TRV. We've seen both of these jams a few times already today, but unfortunately, that is a penalty straight away to Griffin, who's been sent to the penalty box. Miss GK is putting out the front of the pack, trying to get through the last few C blockers, and is away with lead jammer status. So the power jam situation here for TRV. They're going to want to score as many points as they can. And some great little offense there to make a little bit of space on the inside line. So
that was very nice by Princess Muscles. Came out of the bin and knew exactly what they were going to do.
And Griffin is back on track, coming back to start scoring some points after finishing the penalty. And has the inside line there for 4 points. Is GK calling off the jam.
Quick shout out to the officials. I'll call out the refs before we start our next jam. We've got Gary, Candy Striper, Misdemeanor, Pat is here, Suffocate, Rock, Lucky, and Hypodermic. So that doesn't sound correct. I think I've missed somebody. I'll fix that up next year.
Hi, Stevie from TRV with lead jammer. Kilobytes from C is still trying to get through the pack. Right? Both teams are doing some pretty strong defensive work here. Max instruction from the bench to Stevie to call it off, and there it goes, end of that jam, but effectively prevented TRV from scoring any points there at that last, C scoring input for the last 10. TRV, C, uncle. All right, looks like we might have some kind of, might have a timeout. No, we do. We have a timeout. We have a team timeout. We're going to mute ourselves. Speak soon. At any time. Oh, well.
I don't think so. Yeah.
All right, and we're back from the end of our timeout.
And I've realised why I felt like I didn't shout out all the refs that were on track, because we do have some refs shadowing and training, which is all part of Stampede. It's a development tournament, so everyone here's learning the derby things.
All right, and we're away. We've got Macatron for TRB versus Jalapeno Grill for C as our jammer matchup. Macatron almost getting through, just one shingles to get past at the front of the pack, and away she goes. Jalapeno Grill trying to find some space on the inside line, but those TRB blockers are pretty solid there. They're holding a really defensive line. Macatron with a big hit to the C blockers at the back of the pack just to make some space. If there's no space there, you got to make that space. As a jammer, sometimes you just got to push your way on through. All right, so the pack is clustered here on this first turn, moving into the apex. Macatron is taking good advantage of the kind of extra space.
What a pass.
Oh, beautiful. She-Wolf is our new jammer.
That was fantastic. So also a shout out to our non-skating officials. We have Disaster Chief Frankenherder, Tessie Devil, Leo Slayer, Pancakes, Detention, Crystal Neon Tigress, Muggles, and Says So. Can't happen without officials on and off skates.
Yes,
So
thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you to all of our officials and volunteers today, and also a big shout out to our first aid friends as well,
Absolutely.
keeping us all safe and correct
Within
in our
the
behaviours. Yeah,
Safe and fair.
yeah. All right. Pins and Needles for TRV has got Lee Jammer here and is racing around for another scoring pass, coming on through on the inside line, trying to find that gap and just pulling it off before the C Jammer could pass anyone's hips. So
It's like they gathered 2 points before being knocked out.
yes, and it's TRV has taken well, the lead has blown out a little bit now. TRV are on 76, C are on 46, so it's now a 30-point difference. TRV's favour. There's just about 4 minutes left in this first half. All right, Blizzard running up the inside line to get Lee Jammer and a race away.
Star has been taken off by the TRV Jammer. This gives an option. The block is second up to that.
Blizzard, meanwhile, has come back around for 4 points and is ready to start scoring some more points, re-engaging the pack at the back in that kind of between the Jammer and pivot line in that first straightaway. Solid bit of defence, but big here to get their way through and make some space to off through.
Star pass has been completed, right? And New Jammer has been recycled to the rear. The same troubles, the strong blocking from C. New Jammer with the mad splatter. 106.
G Wolf doing a big hit there on the mad splatter out the outside line, sorry, the second turn, and then forced to recycle. So all of that space you've gained as a Jammer is now gone, and you've got to do it all again. So it's a bit disheartening. All right, a lot of stuff going on that game. That jam, we had all kinds of star pass. I think we had a couple of penalties towards the end there. TRV are now on 76. C with a 16-point Jammer on 62. So
just as we thought the lead had blown out,
yeah, they've come
rather
back.
quickly shrunk again.
What's that?
Can change very quickly in roller derby with the scores.
14 points now in difference. So, you know, 2 more jams like that, that's a completely different story.
One blocker from each team at the start of this jam. There's a bit more space on the track, so in theory it should be easy for the jammers to get past. That's always depends.
Not always, no.
And that track has been issued to the C jammer, leaving our TRV jammer with the lead.
Power jam to TRV. This is a great place to be.
Megatron approaching the triangle and through easily. A bit of offense. Can't see our TRV jammer's number to give them the credit, but just a little bump to disturb the triangle as Megatron approached and just made that pass a little bit easier.
Sometimes that's all you need. Added distraction. Right, Jalapeno Grill is pushing away out the front there. He's past the last Stevie blocker for TRV, but unfortunately has been sent to the penalty box for a forearm penalty. Megatron is lead jammer, sorry, power jammer, yeah.
And
now has a power
as well. Now I see where you were going with it.
All right, C blockers are thinking, how are we going to have to stick together? There's only three of us. We've got one blocker in the penalty box, and all of TRV is ready to do some offense to make life hard for these blockers. Holding back, controlling that pack there, just as the jam gets called off. So,
Decided to freeze the jammer in the penalty box for the start of the next jam to give themselves a few extra seconds to grab the lead in the next jam.
yeah, it's a strategic move there to see if you can get do a power jam start, see if you can get lead off the line. But
We'll actually set that with an advantage for the next half
because
we've reached half time.
we've reached
That
half
happened so quickly.
yeah, what happened?
Because there weren't any timeouts.
Yeah, no, there weren't any time. Oh, there was one time out.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was pretty
Short.
good time. So let's do a quick score check. TRV are on 99 after a huge 23-point jam. That is enormous. C are on 62. 37 points is the difference. Is that what that is? I don't know.
That's it. That sounds right.
Just have a quick look at how we're sitting penalty wise. TRV have got one,
Pretty clean. No more than 2 penalties for any play.
yeah, 10 in total, not too bad. And how we're going to see, got a few more on the C side, yeah. So they on the C side. They're going to want to be aware of that in the second half of the game. All right, so it's half time. If you're watching along at home, now's a good time to go and get a snack, make a cup of tea, and we'll see you in
Back in
13 minutes.
Sounds great.
All right, we're back. Sorry, we're learning some new technologies. Oh, I'm muted as well. Sorry, we've been learning some new technologies today. We've got a very advanced setup here in the control room. It's a little bit intimidating. But
We're
we've got,
just amateurs. We're teaching ourselves as we go along
yeah,
with the help of Jen. Thanks.
Jen's telling us what to do. We've got 5 seconds before we are back for the second half of this game, last game of the day. Don't forget, we've got a full day of roller derby tomorrow as well for round 4 of Statewide Stampede. So stick around in Geelong or go home and come back or keep watching on the live stream.
And lots of derby is never enough.
True. It's never too much derby.
And apparently there's even some people going to training after the end of today, after spending all day.
Oh,
on
no. Oh, no.
Wild.
That's too much for me. All right, our officials are getting ready, and there's that rolling whistle, which means we are ready to recommence. 5-second call there from our jam timer. And we are away for the second half. Miss GK is jamming for TRV, and I have got eyes on the C jammer at the moment.
It's someone not all that tall, so they are hitting behind a triangle of TRV blockers from our perspective. I can see some flats flying around. If that's a clue that helps you.
Oh, it's the mad splatter. Here we go. We're back. All right, this is a strong defense start to this this jam. Both teams just locking down on their jammers here, blocking hard. But Bad Splatter has come out with lead jammer. Miss GK still trying to find a way through the pack. They're stuck at the back.
Meanwhile, Matt Sputter has collected 4 points and is coming back around to collect some more.
Good start there for C for the second half. And some really strong defense. Like the first half, there was a bit of movement. The packs were moving pretty quickly. This is just locked down. We are solid. But Mad Splatter is finding a way through.
It's just a nice little bit of disruption from She-Wolf that just freed up the triangle, like 4 more points for C.
All right, there's our whistle for the end of the jam. There was 8 points to see in that jam, no points to TRV. So 70 to 99. It is 29 points in it.
There's some people we haven't shouted out yet, which is the bench support for the teams. Always calling out the instructions of whether to call it off or keep skating.
A really essential role for strategy, for
keeping them organised for who's coming in.
Organising 5s, keeping everyone aware of what's going on and making sure everyone's having a good time. Oh, once again, these really strong defensive tripods just really blocking down. Kilobytes C is almost out at the front of the pack. Steve at the back of the pack just found a gap through, being chased down there by Riff, but has managed to get on through. Coming back around to start scoring some points. Kilobyte.
Bench is 6 points.
So that usually means quickly points and then call it off before the other team. And 4 points to C. They're bringing them to 76. TRV still on 99. So the first 2 jams of this half, C have scored all of the points. And they have prevented TRV from scoring any points. Oh, lovely move up the inside line there from Macatron to get lead jammer sliding up through that pack there. Jalapeno Grill almost out, but a big hit there on the inside line.
It's a solid hit by Honeybee, who then took himself out and had to restart.
Very good. Yeah, sometimes you sacrifice yourself for the big hit.
Overcommit.
Macatron sliding on through for 4 points, making it look easy. Cruising on through and falling off the jam. So yeah, 4 points in that jam to TRV, bringing them up to 103.76 to C.
Entering jam 4. More solid triangles, spinning and reforming. Four, 4, TRV. Pins and Needles has grabbed the lead. Sort of flash of gold skirt moving around the track.
Blizzard has also made it out of the pack and is coming out to start scoring some points, but falling off. Pins and Needles has called off the jam before Blizzard can come around to score any points. So 1 point, sneaky 1 point there, TRV, bringing them to 104. Every point counts. Sometimes you do a lot of effort and work really hard and you score 8 points and then the other team has scored 7. So you've really only earned 1 point. So you might as well just earn 1 point and stop.
The strategic call off.
Yeah, don't
While
work,
you're ahead.
don't work really hard if you don't have to. All right, Matt.
Coming through. That was impressive.
There's some big hits there from, I'm not sure who that is, which skater that is.
A penalty from that hit, I believe.
Oh, the wrong direction
Yeah.
penalty.
There was a windscreen Michaelson had in that direction penalty had been given.
Right, you can do a big hit, but you got to do it in anti-clockwise direction. Nice little catch there from She-Wolves. Get
But
Stevie
it's still
on balance
involved
there.
blocking and catching someone while skating backwards
Yeah, that's
by
tricky.
yourself.
Tricky move.
Very impressive when done well.
All right, message from the bench to call. Jam is called off. How are we going points wise? 4 points to see for that jam. 8 points, beg your pardon. I spoke too soon. They're up to 84. TRV kept no points. The score differential is now 20 points. So it's still fairly close. TRV's pulled
One
away a
big
bit.
jam and we
Yeah,
had
one
level scores.
could be a completely different story. So C's kind of clawed their way back into this a bit.
TRV has secured leads with Honeybee about half a track advantage. Not long to grab some points and pull it off while they still have the advantage. The hips have been tapped.
Honeybee's pulling it off from the outside line. We might need a little bit of track maintenance just here.
2 points have been gathered. And
Mad Pixie coming along.
about earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Grab the
sorry.
points and call it off.
I got distracted by
Meanwhile, yes,
track
back
maintenance.
pairs.
Mad Pixie, you've lost your roll. Your roll has rolled away.
We weren't
rolled
connected to
away.
our headphones, we'd go and fetch it for you. And instead, we'll just sit here and laugh.
Thank you to our track repair team. Thank you to Geelong for hosting us today, for putting everything together for this wonderful Derby day. All right, we're back on. This is another kind of slow, solid, defensive seeming jam, but Kilobytes 4C has got away with the lead jammer, and there's been a star pass for TRV. It's GK
Gathered the star.
has given it
Quickly
to them.
sit on their head.
And we've called it off. Looks like no points to anyone for that jam, but you know, if the other team looks like they're about to score points, you can stop them doing that, which is quite good. You know, some sports, you know, you can only score points yourself, but then this sport you can also stop the other team scoring. It's quite cool. Can you do that in other sport? Yeah, you probably can, can't you? Defense. Oh, I've lost my mind.
It's just, yeah, roller derby is quite different in terms of mentally how it works.
Yeah, the
It's so hard to get your head around.
strategy there. Looks like we're
Where
going
is
to
the ball?
team timeout.
Where's the ball?
No,
No.
team timeout to TRV. So yeah, it's no ball in the sport. Control the time. Control the other team. It's very interesting.
And play doesn't stop when someone gets a penalty, which is probably not all that common. Then into the sin bin while everything's still happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no free kick.
Now you're talking about ball sports. I don't understand them. All right, if you're watching on log at home, put in the chat here a shout out to your favourite skater for your favourite team. Feel free to send a message through. We'll read it out. We'll
And
also
tell us, what sport roller derby is most similar to.
yeah, and also you can compliment the commentators as well. That's acceptable. Gone fishing a little bit, and we're away on our next jam. Blizzard for C and Macatron for TRV. Macatron has got out super fast, but
rapid.
Blizzard is
Races the
not
top
far
side.
behind, but then absolutely slammed by the mad splatter there.
Straight back up. Look at that rapid recovery. Nice work, Blizzard.
I think we have two people we call the mad splatter.
There's one on each team,
Oh,
which is even more confusing.
oh, that's why I'm confused. Well, anyway, that was a fantastic hit from TRV's The Mad Splatter. We've got Macatron coming back around for another scoring pass through the third turn, hitting that one pretty hard, but only one front on blocker to get past and calling it off just as Blizzard hits the back of the TRV pack and might have squeezed a point. No, has not squeezed a point through. So great jam there for TRV. 7 points, bringing their total to 113. Sia on 84. That is 29. It's different.
I'm glad you're doing the maths.
I don't know if I did it.
Just leaving it all up to you.
Yeah, that's
that sounds about right.
29. Oh. All right, we've got some messages coming through. Shout out to Rockabellas playing and benching in TRV. Rockabellas is not even from Victoria. So thank you for coming all the way over for doing that.
That's amazing.
Good job, Rockabellas. We love you.
We've got nods from the outside. Thank you, outside reps.
And we've
Confirmed
got
that no cut was made and lead was gained by Jalapeno Grill.
Jalapeno Grill trying to find a way through the back of the pack there. Stevie with the hat off. You got to have that star on your head. All right, we've got another shout out to Cam Can. Cam Can, it was your birthday on 14th of May. Happy birthday, Cam Can, for 2 days ago. And Corey says we're doing a great job commentating. And, you know, that's a high praise from Corey, who
From an
is
experienced commentator.
excellent commentator. Praise and right back at you, Corey. Let's both go fishing. And we're getting ready for the next jam. Score update, TRV 113C88. Oh, pins and needles is almost out the front there, but that's just that one blocker. That was Can Can, the birthday girl herself, showing us how it's done. We've done one-on-one frontal blocking.
Only half a track behind, we have our C Jammer.
Kilobytes.
Thank you. I still haven't got everyone's names covered.
Put on the scoreboard.
Slow manner.
I think we're having another timeout. That is a team timeout for C.
Take this team time out to say farewell to one of our officials. It's their last game officiating, or last round officiating with Statewide Stampede. Lucky is moving to Canada.
Oh, well, that's lucky for Canada, but not for us.
So true.
Thank you for joining us and for all of the effort you've provided to Statewide over the past little while.
We got any other shout outs online?
Oh, yeah, there's some from earlier in the day. Let's go, Trev. Good luck. Have a great game. Love you, Dylan. And go see. Another one from TRV saying another one from Rockabellas saying Rockabellas proud, go TRV. So nice to get some messages from our fans. All right, Rockabellas, apparently RT, Princess Muscles, Miss GK, Kick, Venus, Thigh Stamp, Backatron, and Star on the bench. MJ Cheer Squad. Wow, that's a huge representation from Rockabellas.
Back in Jam 11. Backatron has lead.
Backatron's one of our Rockabellas. Doing very well today.
Offensive call off with Seed Pot on their heels. No points.
No points to anyone in that jam.
0-0 donuts.
Nothing's occurred. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. All we've lost is time.
That's quite philosophical.
I know, it went a bit deep there. Don't know what happened. All right, Jam 12 is on. Mad Splatter for C and Honeybee for TRV. Mad Splatter's coming out the front. Honeybee's being held at the back there by the C blocking triangle. Mad Splatter has made it out.
That's brought the pack back together.
Honey's
The star pass
still kind of
completed.
find a gap there.
Star pass was not completed, and Jammer Honeybee appears to have been sent to the bin with the star.
That is a shame for TRV, but it's a good opportunity for Mad Splatter to score lots and lots of points. And it means that C can do all offense and just help their jammer to get through. All right, here they go. They're stopping that run back there that's preventing the recycle from being too far. And the pack is moving up quite quickly now, a bit of pace on it. Mad Splatter's hitting the pack at the apex on that final turn. One plus, two more blocks to get past.
To the track.
Took the C block a little bit by surprise, I think.
And Honeybee's made an initial pass, as indicated by Hyperdemic's sweeping arms.
Like an elegant owl.
Beautiful.
Oh, that is a penalty for Mad Splatter. I think there's a cut track penalty from what I can see there from the ref. So we've
Fantastic hit by Griff. Honeybee that almost got out. Griff hit them out and recycled.
all right, everything's happening in this jam. We've got blockers coming out of the penalty box. We've got jammers going into the penalty box. We've got hit outs. We've got points being scored.
Just another crazy roller derby jam.
Yeah. All right, so Mad Splatter is still in the penalty box. Trying to start the next jam in there. And TRV.
That's our Mad Splatter from C.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't.
We have to start specifying.
Well, one is Mad Splatter and one is the Mad Splatter.
Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe we have to emphasize
We're going to have to zar it. Oh, dear. But that was a good jam for C, getting 10 points, bringing them to 98. TRV, 4 points, bringing them to 108. That is 20 points different. power jam start for TRB. Miss GK has taken advantage of that, has raced away. We see having their jammer and their pivot in the penalty box. So that's a real advantage to TRB here with the jammer and
Might
the
be able to
blocker.
extend their lead.
No, those C blockers are really locking down. Hold hard, two blockers there. Just sometimes that's all you need.
Both jammers on track.
Miss GK has a look at the bench, almost pulls it off, and then no, we're going to keep going. Mad Splatter pushing through this last line of defence here from TRB.
GK tried to get a little bit of help from T. Almost worked, but not quite.
All right, falling off the chair. Mad Splatter, you need to fix your shoelace. Can someone tell Mad Splatter to fix the shoelace?
We don't want any injuries relating to shoelaces being done to occur.
Skate lace, whatever it is. Let's go. TRV says Baggins on the live chat. Thank you, Baggins, for your input. Go TRV. Love heart. Oh, we have a little graph showing the it's gone now, but the score differential as it's gone through the game.
Oh, the score went. I really should look at the screen more. I've just been watching the skaters live.
I think live's better.
We're here, we might as well put live back. But it's that experience also for everyone at home.
Yeah, it's
all this extra data.
it's great to have his info, and it's great actually to see what you're all seeing at home. So we have the screen here to see what you can see. It's really helpful. And we do get some little angles that maybe we don't get from sitting. So that was a big hit on Mad Splatter, who's got a little bit of recycle back on there on that third turn, which I could see
both
better
jams on the floor at once for a moment there.
And just really solid defense now. We're just locking it down. All right, Jalapeno Grill and Macatron are racing each other. Jalapeno Grill tried to do a little bit of jammer on jammer action and unfortunately took themselves out there.
Yeah, it's a bit risky when you try to hit the other.
Yes, we've got blockers in the bin from both teams in the penalty box. Do the sports crime, you got to do the sports time.
And I think those penalties were related to the pack. I could hear a lot of no pack calls during that jam, so they weren't getting back close enough to each other quickly enough.
Yeah, and they can tend to sometimes they'll spiral a little bit. You got to first you break the pack, and then you got to fix the pack. So if you did the first thing and then didn't do the second thing, then it starts to accumulate. All right, about 10 and a bit minutes left in this second half, or in this whole game, really. Kilobytes coming through at the front there to get lead jammer against only two of those TRB blockers. Pins and needles almost making it out there, but that was a pretty big hit from Griffin there to kind of drive and hit out.
They did not get through.
Then She-Wolf at the back there just holding. Meanwhile, Kilobytes is racking up another 4 points. Oh, that was very close, but great work for Pins and needles there to stay in. Yeah.
Popping the star on and just so that reach the back of the pack, they might score some points, but not if the jam ends first.
No. And
high fives between opposing skaters. Always nice to see everyone enjoying the roller derby.
We're all friends here, mostly. 6 points in that jam. See, they've now got themselves over the 100-point mark. They're at 104. TRV are at 131. Oh, great effort there to get out from Miss GK. Bit of a stumble bumble, but up and away.
The forward momentum just allowed them to stay in front, even though they
This GK bouncing around the apex for another 4 points. And Blizzard form C was not able to score any points there in that jam. TRV are on 135, C on 104. That is now a 31-point difference. I think TRV's been out the front most of the game, and it's just kind of gone up and down a little.
Yeah, well, here's our score, ma'am. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Fact check.
No, there were a couple of score changes, lead changes, I beg your pardon, through the day. But yeah, after about the first half of the first half, TRV's just taken it away, extended their lead.
Meanwhile, they've got one block at a beach for Jalapeno, and they've gained lead. The C. Meanwhile, a swift little skate up the inside there, and about half a track behind have TRV having completed the initial. But no points for TRV. And
all right, looks like we're having another team timeout here for C. And our officials are going to double check the score, make sure everything's correct.
it appears that C have scored 2 points in that jam, but we do have one of our referees over there checking that in as well, so that may yet change. Something that you may not have caught at home. I don't think we've got a camera angle on it. We have a couple of enthusiastic TRV supporters with some beautiful gold pom-poms. Yeah.
Yes.
If only we could do cameras and talking.
We have no control. Yeah, it's great to see our cheer squads here in person live and supporting their team.
And gold is really an excellent colour for a pom-pom.
It does. It pops.
It really does. Things are coming together on track.
8 minutes left of this
To be
game.
closer to ending the timeout. I'm trying to figure out if it's counting up or down. 5 seconds. We are close.
It's 8 minutes left, 29 points in it. You know, anything can happen. You can do 2 big jams and, you know,
It's still very close.
it's still anyone's game, especially when there's defenses just sucking the life out of the jammers and just completely.
Fatigue up to
Yeah.
play for sure.
Yeah, things can get a bit hectic as well. Second half. All right, but that's pins and needles with lead jammer. Oh, wow, Kilobytes giving a big
Taking out
hit
their own
to their own
blocker.
team. But, you know, if you're in the way, you're in the way.
And I didn't catch what the penalty was. It was a cut track.
Oh, no.
One track eligible to score points. The other jammer on the way to C to sit down for 30 seconds.
Pins and needles with the power jam situation now. See how many
Gestures in the bench seem to indicate that everyone should remain calm. Does that make difference?
Chill out. Pins and needles came through for 4 points there. It is bustling back around. Meanwhile, the blocking crews are getting themselves in position. Well, some wanting to do defense, some wanting to do offense. Just trying to figure out where they need to be. But now everyone's doing defense because Kilobytes is back on track after completing the penalty. Pins and needles busting through on that first turn.
12 points in total now.
See, anything can happen.
The lead has been extended. Star in hand,
All right.
up the inside.
Kilobytes on the inside.
The initial pass. Patty's here is doing the owl-like gesture.
Fantastic ref name.
It is. I love it.
And that is the end of that jam. That was a I think that was a 16-point jam there for TRV, bringing into 151. Keeping C to 0
that little bit harder.
6. Yeah, look, big,
Trying to get it
it's 29 points, and you're like, oh, it's anyone's game, and now it's like 45 points or something. Quite a bit different. But 5.5 minutes left. You know, a couple of massive jams. See what happens. Or TRV can race away, and they can do massive jams. Millions of points. Rightio, Mad Splatter of the Seas. Mad Splatter was pushing out the front, but is now being recycled.
Out the outside.
Okay. Nice little beam dip to avoid the blocker there. Mad Splatter finding that gap on the inside line. This BK is now getting stuck there through these.
They have really locked it down there now.
A sea of blockers.
Twirl. Oh, I love it. We should have been using that one all day.
I know, I just thought it did. Sea of points. Wow, there's so many options there. The jokes are endless. All right, Mad Splatter was recycled and is just coming back in to try and re-engage. Miss GK,
We have now 2 sea blockers on the way to the bin around opposite directions of the track. So that's left C a little depleted. And a third blocker on the floor, so there's only one upright blocker to pass, and all the points are gathered.
sea level need to rise.
Oh, stop it. So, after all that effort,
4 points each.
apiece.
So basically no points to anyone. Someone at home says, go beach, please. Love the pink blades. Beach, please is a great name as well.
Pronounce it very carefully so as not to get in trouble with any of the pronunciation issues that might occur.
All right, now who's this? Jalapeno Grill. Nice little spin and dance up the inside line. Macatron taking the same line on the inside of that apex first and second turn. The Jalapeno Grill sliding to the outside, slicing back to the inside and pulling it off. May have stuck in a point. 2 points to see from that jab.
No points to TRV.
Right, 112 to 155. 3 or just under 3 minutes left in this half or for this entire game. And then I'm going to go home and eat my dinner. I'm very excited.
What's for dinner?
That's a good question. I've got absolutely no idea.
Yet to be determined.
Probably salad and tofu. Very boring. All right. Pins and Needles is lead jammer for TRV. Blizzard is trying to find that outside line, but just get knocked out there. Having to recycle. Meanwhile, Pins and Needles finding a nice big gap on the inside line. Blizzard try the inside line. Getting hit out again.
No more luck there.
By Princess Muscles for both those big hits. Pins and Needles is like, excuse me, please. Push her own blocker out of the way. Finding that line. So Blizzard's just been recycled again. So this must be very frustrating. You gotta just keep.
Is the star going to be passed? They're a bit sneaky about it. Who has the star? Our pivot has the star. If I have said that correctly, it's very stealthy.
Storm is the jammer here for C. One just got knocked out by a honeybee. It's coming back on. Having a try again. Try and score some points. Meanwhile, we want to TRV have got one blocker heading to the penalty box, which might make life a little bit easier for C. And Pins and Needles are still scoring points on points on points.
TRV are extending their lead as we get very close to the end of the game.
So close to the end. Oh, that was a lovely work there from Storm, just staying in.
Millimeters within the line on the outside there, and looks very relieved to
Yeah.
no longer be behind the blockers.
And Storm is one of our level ups from formerly playing junior roller derby. So it's great to see development of skaters through juniors to adults.
Fantastic.
All right.
They looked very like they fitted in beautifully right there. What picked that?
Yeah, I think they
to
were
this level.
in adults last year as well.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, or
So
a
not
year or two,
not
so
brand.
brand new, but yeah, formerly a junior.
A person who it's their first year on the TRB team. I believe Steve has just moved up from juniors this year, if I've got that correct.
TRV are now on 175 after that huge Columbus 20-point jam, and CR on 112. This is going to be our last jam because the period clock has now
We have a jammer on
ended.
the floor.
So I was counting down.
Still-
Kilobytes trying to find space on the inside line, moving to the outside line. Oh, one big hit there. No, still almost got hit out by Kiss.
Great resilience.
But stayed in. Mayhem gave it a go as well.
Blockers on the way through.
Oh,
Still going
big
great.
hit there on Miss GK, just popping out and having to recycle as well.
Steve Jammer has now hit a triangle of TRB who are
And
not
no,
letting them move anywhere.
Yes, you can just call it off if you want.
Inching forward centimetre by centimetre.
But nah, they don't want to call it off. They want to keep fighting. They want to keep working. Score as many points as they can for their team.
Difference.
Oh, and then calls it off. Great work. So we have our
End of the game.
What's
Just
our-
wait the official score confirmation.
wait for our, that rolling whistle. The unofficial score at the moment is Southeast Alliance C on 116. Team Regional Victoria TRB on 175. This is our last game for the day today. Thank you for joining us here in Geelong for Statewide Stampede round 3. We would love to see you back tomorrow for round 4, same place. There's that rolling whistle. That's our official score.
It's now officially official.
Yeah.
Thanks
So-
for joining me in the commentary, Rose Claire. It's been
Yeah.
great to work with you.
Thank you too, and we'll see you next time. So see you tomorrow if you're around, or next round.
Bye,
Bye everyone.
Bye.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night, I do what I like, get a check, I go for the ride. I've been down the ride for the win, still move on the hush, never run for none. I face my fears, I just drop for none, month to month, still from year to year. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Get some checks, I invest, and I spend a check. Spend a check, get it back, then I take a rest. Only race is the human, I take care of my skin. I was doing this as a rookie, now I'm up to vet. Set the trend, set the pace of play. I don't trip, but if I fall, bet I make a way. I take trips in the fall, watch the leaves change. I like to treat every day like it's my B-day. No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again.